The sound of the space age. A marvel that parallels the wonder of sound waves bouncing back from man-made satellites called echoes. This is Ecco-Fonic. The ultimate in destruction. Or the ultimate in music. Recorded in equal dynamics by the ultimate instrument. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ecco-Fonic. From the gross effect of an A-bomb to the subtle nuances of a great art, Ecco-Fonic has a place in your future. It is an instrument designed by engineers for engineers, created by musicians for musicians, and conceived to amplify and suggest the subtle harmonies that are generally lost somewhere between the great sound stages of the recording industry and your home. The simple sound of a storm has been used dramatically for years. Now, hear the same effect through Ecco-Fonic, with all the pure resonance and reverberatory life as recreated by Ecco-Fonic. Great, isn't it? But this effect has little use other than in a dramatic scene. So let's get down to basics. We've chosen for this demonstration some of the finest musicians in the country. One of these is a guitarist formerly with the Three Sons, a young man by the name of Kacher, who has used Ecco-Fonic for much of his professional career. Del, just how do you feel about this magic box called Ecco-Fonic?
Well, in a way, it makes one guitar sound like two or three guitars. Or by adjusting a little knob on the top, you can get the effect of a huge cavern or a cave that you would be playing in. It actually brings the recording studio right to the bandstand. Many of these sounds that you would hear on a record can now be reproduced right on the bandstand with Ecco-Fonic. And I think this is great.
In other words, there are many gimmicks and things that recording engineers in recording studios can do to make music sound better and more enjoyable. And now you're saying that Ecco-Fonic can recreate the same thing on stage.
Oh, yes, certainly.
How about demonstrating what Ecco-Fonic has done for you and can do for any guitar, Del? First, let's try one open tone. Now, add Ecco-Fonic. Now, two open tones. Add echo. How about a simple figure, first without, then with? One of your best numbers, Del, as I recall, was Penthouse Serenade. Let's have about 4 bars without the aid of Ecco-Fonic. And now, 4 bars with. We've made much about the variable delay control of Ecco-Fonic, Del. I'd like to hear an open tone. Now let's delay the same tone 1/10 of a second. Now let's delay it 2/10 of a second. Del, let's try a figure with no delay. Now the same figure at 2/10 of a second delay. And the same figure at 8/10 of a second with reverberation. How does echo add to jazz, Del? And then there's rock and roll. Yes, but let's add Ecco-Fonic. Del, much has been made of stylists like Ray Conniff and his famous rhythmical backslap.
You mean this sound?
Yes, but can you recreate the original? Blue Echo lends itself well to the demonstration of Ecco-Fonic. Setting the controls at delay on 5, echo on 6, reverberation on 9, and instrument on 10, Del creates these magic sounds. Now, without Ecco-Fonic. And again with Ecco-Fonic. Ecco-Fonic, the sound of your present and your future. A greater sound for you and your guitar. A sound you create by the simple turning of dials. We are fortunate to have with us Joe Maphis, one of the great guitarists of our time. Joe,
You use Ecco-Fonic all the time, don't you?
Oh, Walt, I couldn't live without it. I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest things that I've had the pleasure of working with in a long time, and I have been playing the guitar a long time, too.
Well, how long have you been using Ecco-Fonic, Joe?
Well, just about almost a year now, I would say, since it come along. I had one of the early models. I might say they keep improving them, and most of my records in the past year has been with Ecco-Fonic, also our TV shows and different things. And I always carry one with me in the car, whether I be in Canada, Hawaii, Alaska, or the United States. You're going to find Ecco-Fonic right along with me.
Well, good, Joe. And just what is it about Ecco-Fonic that makes you so ecstatic about it?
Well, I think one of the great things, Walt, is the fact that when I make a record, I always had to depend on the boys in the booth, you know, to get me a sound. I don't care how good you are or how much name you got nowadays, especially playing to these young folks. If you don't come up with the sound, you can sit and play the greatest thing there ever was, and you're not going to sell records. Seems now like the American music of today is made up of gimmicks.
Ecco-Fonic allows you to bring the recording studio right along with you.
It sure does. And besides that, you can fill up any room. I use it for my voice. Most of the boys in my band use them. And like I say, our records sound the same in person, but we can always come up with different sounds and create new sounds for future records. It's a real great thing.
Joe Maphis, his guitar, and your dream of sound about to come true. The idea of sound effects in their many facets and the reverberatory additives and multiple echoes available to you with Ecco-Fonic have been demonstrated. But we have yet to show a further use of this versatile tool. The human voice, which can be placed in a cavern or in a studio.
Because hate is legislated, written into the Primer and the Testament, shot into our blood and brain like vaccine or vitamins. Because our day is of time, of hours, and the clock hands.
Or in a concert hall. Opera without Ecco-Fonic
Abbandonare questo bel matto. Eccolo qua, guardate con quale indifferenza se ne viene. E leporello mio, va tutto bene. Don Giovannino mio, va tutto male. Come? Va tutto male. Vado in casa come me l'ordinaste con tutta quella gente.
Now listen to the increased presence with Ecco-Fonic.
Con voi cerco di intrattenerli. Bravo! Dico mille cose a masetto per placarlo, per trarli dal pensier la gelosia. Bravo, in coscienza mia! Faccio che bevono e gli uomini e le donne son già mezzi ubriachi, altri canta, altri scherza, altri seguita per...
The sound of a full symphony orchestra. Now note the increased feeling of realism as we add Ecco-Fonic.
repeated for effect. Effect, 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 effect. Or mood music. In appreciation of the more modern style of music, we bring you Gloria Smith and the Count Basie Band in full Ecco-Fonic sound.
Tell him I'm sorry, baby, sorry, and I'll admit that I was wrong. Just tell him baby's all alone, and baby wants her daddy home. Tell him for certain, baby's hurting ever since he's been gone. Just tell him baby's all alone, and baby wants her daddy home. Oh, I ain't had no kissing, ain't had no kissing, no tender words whispered in my ear. All that good loving I've just been missing, 'cause my daddy ain't here. Tell him to worry, I'm tired of worry, and I'm trying to make it on my own. Just tell him baby's all alone, and baby wants her daddy home. Oh yeah, just tell him baby's all alone, and baby wants her daddy home.
Thanks, Glo, and thank you too, ladies and gentlemen. We're appreciative of the time you've taken to listen to our effort in bringing you this demonstration. Remember, for better sound, for newer sound, for the greatest sound of all, buy Ecco. Ecco-Fonic.